From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 55, Mike. Here we go, T. Here I come. Here I come.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
The tackle made by Devin.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
They'll run. It's Dobbins. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He's brought down at the...
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 39, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Undercrunch. 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 Hey, look.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
McCrane on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Dobbins. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Kick is good. Makes the score Ravens 7, Steelers nothing. Matthew McCrane set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing. Love. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Jared Wilson. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the... discipline that they showed on defense, because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
He's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, a run with dominance. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Jackson now. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. downs. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
2-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Ravens 7, Steelers nothing.
Double dog, that's the way. 55 is my guy, 55. All day, baby, all day. Switch.
Now a carry for Dobbins. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He was brought down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
55. Hey, here we go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. He'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check 55, Mike.
Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Seven Here we go. 57.
Here's Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. McCrane's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that's the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Set to kick off.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Let's go, D. 57.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
I got you. Mike 55. I got you. 19 right. 55 Mike, 55. Here we go.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. The 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Following the interception, Love. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Love now to pass on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. James Washington was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
At the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's second and 10. To throw again. Love. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Number 84.
From 21 yards away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Perriman. That'll bring up second down.
Buda Baker there on the coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Check 24. Check 24. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Cover 19. Cut 19. Cut 19. Check smash. Check smash. 55 is my guy. 55.
A final shot before break. Jackson winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taken in the end zone. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
At the 38-yard line.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm here all day.
They'll run here with Dobbins. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
At the 18-yard line.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Mike 55.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Good job there defensively to push them back on first down. I'm not sure if this is 4-down territory or not because they can kick the field goal and get it back within a score, but you know that's not what they're thinking right now. A field goal has to be their last option.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
What we got? Shift. 18 ready. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
21. Ravens 18.
Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Down Steelers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Love. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Terry McLaurin.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards.
Pittsburgh.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jared Wilson. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
57's the mic. Rock 57. So don't say nothing. Check. Lucky.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Marquise Brown. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second
and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Dobbins. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on first. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Check.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey, watch that.
From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
Jackson.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Jackson, and able to complete it to Moreau. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't is so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
You.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the Steelers' 2-yard line.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Let's think about this stage of the second half. You're taking the chip shot field goal, right?
Boy, I'd love to be on the headset right now between head coach and play caller, because you know it's a heavy conversation right here. Because I'm guaranteed the play caller is like, Coach, I've got this. I've got to play for this one. But the smart play, kick the field goal, take the chip shot, 3 points.
Yeah, tie the game.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this has no chance. It's no good. Well wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Oh, yeah, this is a ball game now, baby. Down, 33, yellow. Check, watch 54, Big stop, G. Set, go.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
15.
Here's Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41.
44 yards on the play. And the Steeler first down.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Pittsburgh, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,